Hello, student. Okay, now let us discuss another chapter, magnetism and matter. Okay, in this session, we will learn point number one, the meaning of magnet and magnetism. The second one, types of magnet. That means how many types of magnets are present and what are the properties of their magnet. And the definition for magnetic moment, and also the representation of magnetic field in the form of field lines. Okay, these topics or points were covered in this session. Okay, now let us move on to the concepts one by one. Magnetism, that means the phenomenon of attraction of some bits of iron or iron like materials towards the ore was called magnetism. That means some materials, they will attract some iron like materials towards them. That property is known as magnetism. And the material which is showing this property is called a magnet. Now you are observing in this picture, that is some iron nails are attracting by this material. Therefore, this is called as a magnet. This material is called as a magnet. Okay, about this magnet, already you have know something. Let us revise that facts or ideas which you have learnt in your earlier classes. The first one, when a bar magnet is suspended freely, it comes to rest along north-south direction. That means any magnet you will suspend freely, first it oscillates. After it comes to rest. It comes to rest only in the north and south direction. That property is known as directive property. Second one, like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. Like poles means the n pole and n pole are like poles, or s pole and s pole are like poles. Unlike poles means n pole and s pole, or s pole and n pole. Okay, now you are viewing this property in this picture. See here. Okay, these are the like poles, they repel, and n and s, these are the unlike poles, they attract. Okay, this is the second one. And third one, the north and south poles of a bar magnet cannot be separated. That means if you break a magnet into two pieces or three pieces or many pieces, each piece behaves as a magnet. That means there is no separation of poles. Okay, see here, this is a magnet. If you break this, it will become two parts. In the first part, this one is north pole and this is south pole, and this is north pole and this is south pole, like this. Fourth one, bar magnets are made up of materials like iron, cobalt and nickel. And from these materials, these ferromagnetic materials, bar magnets, are made. And the attractive power of a magnet is maximum at the ends of the magnet. Okay, these are the common facts or the ideas which you have learnt in your earlier classes also. Okay, now come to the types of magnet. Mainly, there are two types of magnet. The first type is known as natural magnet. Natural magnet means this is the magnet found naturally in some places, and it is and this material is found near the place Magnesia, and this material is also known as leading stone or lodestone. And the second type of magnet is called artificial magnet. Okay, see here, this is artificial magnets, that is a needle magnet, and this one is horseshoe magnet, and this is a bar magnet, and this one is ball ended magnet. These are the types of main types of artificial magnet, and these are the natural magnets. These natural magnets are not found in all places. No, natural magnets are present even though we have prepared artificial magnet, because there are two reasons. The first one is the natural magnet has very weak attractive property, and the second reason is the natural magnet has no definite shape. These are the two reasons. Due to that, we have prepared artificial magnet, and we have prepared artificial magnet having desired attractive power and desired shape. That means we have prepared artificial magnet according to our needs. Okay, from all these bar magnet, artificial bar magnet, we more concentrate on the bar magnet. Here, bar magnet means it has a shape of rectangular iron bar. Therefore, it is called as bar magnet. Okay, now seeing this is the picture of bar magnet. This is N side, then this is S side. Okay, see here, this is N side, or this is also called as pole, and this is also called as pole. The ends of a magnet are called as poles. Here N indicates north pole and S indicates south pole. That means there are two poles in a magnet. Then how to identify these north pole and south pole? Just you can perform a simple experiment, that is, take a bar magnet and tie the bar magnet with the help of a thread, and allow this magnet suspend this magnet. After suspending, first it oscillates and comes to rest. After coming to rest, if you observe carefully, the one side of the magnet is towards the north direction of the earth. Another side, another pole is towards the south direction of the earth. The pole or the side which is towards the north direction is called north pole. The side or the pole which is towards the south direction is called south pole. And these two poles have same attracting property. The attractive property of north pole is equal to attractive property of south pole. Okay, if you take a very small magnet, a minute magnet, a tiny magnet, if you take a small magnet, it also have two poles. That a small magnet is termed as magnetic dipole. In that magnetic dipole, there are once again two poles. One is North Pole and another one is South Pole. The strength of the two poles are equal. You are already known that. The small magnet which is having two poles of equal strength is known as a magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole is nothing but a tiny magnet having two poles, and those two poles are separated by some distance. The distance between the two poles is called as magnetic length, and that magnetic length is denoted by 2L. Here L is a vector quantity. See here, we have written this by using an arrow mark. Here arrow mark indicate it is a vector quantity. If it is a vector quantity, then it should have a direction along with magnitude. Okay, therefore the magnetic length is a vector quantity and its direction is towards from south to north pole. That means from S to N. The direction of length is S to N. Actually, length is a scalar quantity we have learnt in first PUC, but here we have treated length as a vector quantity and it has both magnitude and direction. The direction of magnetic length is from south pole to north pole. Okay, see here this picture. Here this is the north pole. Here poles are situated inside the magnet. The only the end of this magnet is not called as north. Here north pole, it is a point or it is a place. It is well situated inside, not well inside, but is at the ends of the magnet. Okay, this one is north pole and this is south pole. If you take the length of the magnet, this is the length of the magnet. See here, this is geometrical length. Length means from here to here. This is called length. But magnetic length means it is the length between or the distance between north pole and south pole. And this small magnet has the property to produce magnetic field, and this is expressed in terms of magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment is nothing but the magnetic field produced by a small magnet, and it is defined as the product of pole strength and distance between the two magnetic poles. Therefore, M is equal to Q into 2L. Here Qm means, Q means charge, we have learnt in the first chapter, but here Qm means magnetic charge. Magnetic charge is nothing but the pole strength. Pole strength is indicated by magnetic charge and 2L is the length. Therefore, M is equal to Qm into 2L. Here Qm is the pole strength or magnetic charge, 2L is the magnetic length. As L is a vector quantity, M is also vector quantity. That means magnetic dipole moment is a vector quantity. The SI unit of this dipole moment is ampere meter square. See here, the dipole moment. SI unit of dipole moment is ampere meter square. The SI unit of pole strength, that is Qm. Pole strength is ampere meter. This Qm has the SI unit ampere meter and M has the SI unit of ampere meter square. Okay, you have to learn this definition: magnetic dipole, magnetic length and magnetic dipole moment. Okay, next coming to the another concept. You already known that When some iron like material is brought towards the magnet, it attracts. That means around the magnet it has some force or field, the attractive force. The attractive force is present around this magnet, and this region where the magnetic force is present is called as magnetic field. Okay, see the definition. Magnetic field is the space around the magnet, simply. In that space, you will be influenced by a force. Or if you bring a small magnet into that region, that will experience a force. That region is called as magnetic field. From chapter 4, we have also learned that the magnetic field is also produced by the current carrying conductor. Therefore, the magnetic field is defined like this. Magnetic field is the space around the magnet or the space around the current carrying conductor. And in that space, if you bring a small magnet, that will be influenced. Okay, see here. This magnetic field is not visible. Then how to represent it? Once again, the Michael Faraday has given the idea to represent the magnetic field in terms of lines, and those lines are called as magnetic field lines. Okay, these are the magnetic field lines. Okay, see here, the red lines, these are the magnetic field lines. Here, if you write these type of lines, it indicates that it is a magnetic field, or it indicates the magnetic field. Okay, these magnetic field lines have some properties. Okay, in the first chapter you have studied the properties of electric field lines. In the examination, question may ask, mention the properties of electric field or magnetic field. First, before writing the answer, you have to observe the term that whether it is magnetic field lines or electric field lines. If it is electric field lines, this belongs to first chapter. If it is magnetic field lines, this belongs to fifth chapter. Therefore, before writing the answer, you should see the word magnetic or electric. Okay, now we are discussing about the properties of magnetic field lines. Okay, let us discuss one by one. The first one, magnetic field lines are directed from N pole and towards the S pole. That means simply we can write like this. Magnetic field lines are start from N pole and end at S pole. See here, from N pole, okay, the magnetic field lines are starting. See the arrow mark here. You should write the arrow mark. In the examination, they may ask one question like this. That is, represent the magnetic field around a bar magnet. That means represent the magnetic field. That means you have to write the magnetic field around a bar magnet. Okay, while writing, you will write this bar magnet, and you can also write these lines, but the arrow mark is very important. The arrow mark should be from N pole to S pole. That means the magnetic field lines, they start from N pole and they end at S pole. Okay, the next one, the magnetic field lines form continuous closed loops. Closed loops means, see here from this figure, this line start from N pole and end at S pole. That means here this line start from this magnet and comes to the same magnet once again. That is called closed loop formation. When a magnetic field line start from one magnet and end at the same magnet, then it is called as continuous closed loops. Yes, here this start from here and ends here. This is closed loop formation. Okay, second one. Next, third one, magnetic field lines do not intersect. Intersect means, okay, see the lines not intersecting each other. This line will not cross this line. There is a separation between these two lines or any two lines. One line will not cross another line. That means do not intersect. Magnetic field lines are crowded near poles. See here, the magnetic field lines are more in number here because the attractive power is more here. In any magnet, the attractive power is more at the poles. Therefore, the magnetic field lines are crowded near the region where the attractive power is more. Here the attractive power is more near the poles. Therefore, the magnetic field lines are crowded near poles. If you draw a tangent at any point in the magnetic field line, that means if you draw a tangent to this line, that line will give the direction of magnetic field, because magnetic field is a vector quantity that gives the line gives the direction of the magnetic field, and the magnetic field is denoted by the letter B. You have already known in the fourth chapter, B is represented to indicate the magnetic field. Okay, these are the very important points or the properties of magnetic field line. Okay, thank you student. Let us continue in the next video.